Hello traders, welcome back to our weekly Forex analysis. We'll be reviewing the market for the coming weeks. This is Euro USD. We are going to be checking out Euro USD to find out if there are opportunities for us for the coming week. And I believe there's certainly going to be good opportunities. So let's look at our chart analysis and see what we can do for the coming week. This is the weekly time frame of Euro USD. If you look on this graph, I've already plotted it based on my analysis. As you can see, this is a trend line that has traversed through this line to the end, passing through major supports. And as you can see from the chart, this pair Euro USD has broken down from this trend line, this support trend line that I'm doing. It has broken now and retested it again. Most likely the Euro USD will be going down for the coming week. Hopefully, we expect it to go down for the coming week. So from here, it broke down this trend line with a massive bearish candle and then went ahead to retest it and then move down again. So it's a signal that the market does not want to go up at all. It's surely gonna go down, but let us look at the lower time frame to see what we can do with this pair. So a very interesting pair for active traders. Let's look at the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame. I've also looked at the chart and I've noticed that there's a very resistant trend line that passed through this angle, and that resistant trend line has been holding. So this pair broke down the trend line, then retested it, and it's on its way down. Most likely what I'm seeing is a situation whereby this pair is likely going to move up to this trend line again, then before it begins to go down. So it will move up to retest that trend line. That is what I'm likely seeing here, and that is what is going to play out at the end. I suppose hopefully we are going to smash it. We are still going to look at our lower time frame again to see if our analysis are actually corresponding. So this is a support trend line. Assuming we are to take this trade on the retest of this trend line, we expect it to move all the way down to here. That means you should be able to make a good number of profits by the time you take your profit at the base of this trend and this support level. So let's look at. I like to see from time to time what the 4 hour time frame is doing. I like to make my analysis and still place my trade with the 4 hours time frame. Let's see what's going to happen. This trend line, this horizontal line I put here, I put it to correspond to the support base or the major support level. As you can see, here was a support in the past, as well as this area was a support. Then this is a support, this is support, and then right now we can see that this pair has made a double bottom here on this line, and it's moving up. So but already we have our bias. Now this week is going to be a massive sell for Euro USD. So but we have to also discover the best time to begin to sell this pair. So the best time is when it has been discounted to a great level, so that we will be able to make our profit. It's intending to go down, but it's not going. The bulls are not going to allow it to just go down without a fight, so that we attempt to pull it up. Where exactly are we likely to begin to buy? So let's assume that this pair began to move up from here we expect it to continue to move until anywhere around this trend line. Then it will recover itself and begin to come down again. So I will expect it to be a sell for the coming week, but not after it has resisted itself. It's going to attempt to move up. There's no doubt about that. So let's assume that the whole of this zone is going to be our buy zone. Anywhere around this region we make for a good buy, because at that point it has been well discounted for you. You have, you get it cheap if you have to sell from this region. It makes you to make a profit very early. Now, no matter what is going to happen, you find yourself being in profit because you sell at a very good level. So that's why it's important to also especially to sell at a very good level, and if you are to buy, you buy at a good level. So you don't begin to sell. Like if you begin to sell immediately from this angle, you need a time for the price to move up a bit, which is a normal thing. You'll be in loss at that time, and if there's nothing, you're going to panic and feel that the trade is failing. So that's why we exercise patience to enter from a very good level. So let me see the daily time frame again. From what we can see from the daily time frame, if we are selling at that region that I've just shown you, I will expect to take profit on this major support level. Let's assume that the pair begins to move and found itself resisted around this angle and begins to come down. I will expect it to reach this support level. So our take profit is going to be the support level, and it's going to give you not less than 100 pips of profit. So that is it. We are expecting a sell for the coming week for Euro USD, and hopefully we are going to get it. Moving on, let's go to GBPUSD. This is GBPUSD on a weekly chart. So I'm already looking at the chart, and it's making up for a very good sell. It's looking quite interesting. When you look at this angle, I want to show you something. When you look at this place, discover it has been a resistance in the past. It has been a resistance. So the pair has failed to break out of that resistance area. You can see from this angle here, it came down, then move up again and retested that same resistance area. So this is a very major resistance for this GBPUSD, and it has failed a couple of times to break out of that resistance. So now that it has moved to that resistance area and couldn't break out the feed, and it's begun to come down, so it's already falling. That means we're expecting a sell for this coming week for GBPUSD. So a sell is highly anticipated, highly expected. But I know there's still going to be some kind of a pullback, and we are going to see it by the time we move to the lower time frame. So this pair is failure to break out of this major resistance shows that it is going to continue to fall down for the coming week. Now let's look at the daily time frame. So from the daily time frame, you can see that the pair is looking very bearish. It is highly bearish. So what am I looking at now? This is a very bearish signal with a massive bearish candle that has pierced through this horizontal line that I drew here, and this horizontal line has happened to be a major resistance and support area. It has served as support in the past and has served as also a resistance area, support at several points in time. So what I'm expecting is a situation whereby the pair is going to attempt to move back, culminating into this horizontal line, way to begin to go down. So that is my expectation for the coming week, but I'm still gonna look at it more by going down to the lower time frame. Yes, the lower time frame from the forward time frame, you can see that the pair is really moving down. The pair has no power to move up at all. Its attempt to move up has resulted in failure. See, from here, from this point, has been red candle all the way to this current position. So what we are looking at a situation whereby this pair will at least, if not for anything, is going to reach this point. I'm expecting it to reach this point, and that should be able to give you at least up to 85 pips, 85 to 90 pips. But when is the best time for us to enter our trade? Knowing that eventually this pair is still going to break down to this point. I think the best point is to sell it at a cheaper rate. We are going to sell, but we are going to sell it very, very cheap. Let us think of the best possible way where we can sell this market. So what we are going to do is to allow it to attempt to move up a bit. This attempt to move up into this trend line is going to be a better sell opportunity for us. So from this point, you sell, and we are going to take our profit from the nearest major support area. So I'm seeing a situation whereby when this trade gets to this point, it will be an attempt to move up again. So during the move up to this, during the retracement back, it's going to look as if the trade is not working out. Imagine if you sell here, then the pair comes down towards this point and then retraces back to that same region. You are likely going to panic and think that you are not getting anything out of this trade. That is why it is important that we allow it to move back, to retrace back before entering that sell position, so that at the point, even if the pair goes down to this point here, you already have been in profit already. If it goes down to this point, you should be at least 40 pips up, which is very okay depending on the size of account that you are trading. So from this point, we begin to trace it back and begin to exercise our patience and then monitor the trade. By the time you move down again to another 50 pips, then you should be thinking of taking some, if not all, your profits. You understand? So in this game, you have got to be as smart as possible. When you are still trying to build yourself up, then you need to, take a profit like a sniper. Once it has moved up for about 80 to 90 pips, I think that is made up. That has been a very great profit for you that you can use instead of waiting endlessly thinking that you are going to get thousands and thousands of profit. You have to make profit from different opportunities that will come your way. By the time you aggregate it, you discover that you're already on top and you are swimming in millions. So let's trade with caution. So we take our profit at the nearest key support area, then and allow the rest to run if possible. You can take half of your profit if you so desire and allow the rest to run, or you take all of your profit, at least if you are using a sizable lot size. By the time you discover that you are already in hundreds or thousands of dollars up. All right, so that is what we do for the coming week. We are going to be strategizing ourselves for the sell opportunity. So if you happen to give us a buy, we may not stick to buy. We continue to look for opportunity to go short, because that we know that is where a better opportunity lies for us and this pair for the coming week. Moving on to the AUDUSD. This is AUDUSD, and we are going to analyze it with several time frames to see where the opportunity really are. Now let's look at the weekly time frame. This is the weekly time frame of the AUDUSD. As you can see, there's a trend line that the pair has been respecting all the way from this angle, all the way from several months, several weeks. This trend line has held, and the pair has moved into that trend line. So I'm expecting that trend line to hold. There will be a lot of struggle around this trend line, but eventually I will expect it to hold and the pair is going to go down. So from what we can see, for the coming week, AUDUSD is going to make for a good selling opportunity. So we are going to actually be looking for opportunities where there are for AUDUSD on this platform. Now let's go down to the lower time frame. This is the daily time frame of the AUDUSD, and as you can see, these three places has been supported by the pair for a long time now. For several weeks, the pair has been unable to get out of this trend line. So all of this zone has been a resistance zone, and that is where the pair is currently at this point in time. So there is nothing else we are going to be looking up for other than selling opportunities. So we are going to count our selling opportunity, and if we feel that it makes sense, then we are going to continue to massively sell for the coming week. Now let's still go back into the lower time frame. All right, let's look at the 4-hourly time frame. The 4-hour time frame also is indicative that the pair is going down. So from what I can see, on this point in time, it has been said the pair rapidly broke down and began to move. We can see and began to move with a clear, definition of direction. So all of this angle has shown that the pair was unable to break out of that zone. So now the pair has actually moved down a bit for some time now. It has found itself going down for at least a good number of periods. And now what I expect is that the pair is going to go up into this trend line that move, into this trend line that is here, that traverse, that cuts these movements into two. So I'm being a support in the past, a supported areas in the past. So what I will expect to see is a situation whereby this pair is likely going to move up, to attempt to move up. So therefore, and then the pair will likely roll over downwards, and when it begins to go down, it is not going to stop at all until it reaches in a very good support area. And where is that support area? I would expect that it's going to be anywhere around this region of the pin bar, so which also corresponds to the support of this movement. So I'm expecting a pair to move down massively by itself, retesting this support area, and that will be nothing less than 90 to hundreds of profits. So if you are confident, you should be looking to make good profit on the side of the AUDUSD. Throughout the coming week, you should be in and out of your position. Don't mind your position, because bias is dynamic in nature. We may be biased in the morning, in favor of currency, but before it gets to afternoon, we might change our bias. But for us now, at this moment in time, we are going for selling bias for the AUDUSD. So we are expecting the currency pair to fall. So the reason we are not interested in going to the reason why it should fall, but we are using technical analysis with an attempt to understand what is actually happening behind our back. All right. So looking for a sell opportunities. If we happen to get a sell, if we happen to get a buy, say, then there will be no need of taking the opportunity until we specifically get a sell. That is only where we are going to act. All right. Moving on to the USDCAD. This is the 4-hour time frame of the USDCAD, and it's looking also interesting. As you can see from this point, this pair has been, observing a series of resistances. You have seen the resistances from here at several points in time. Resistance has been there, and that is exactly where this pair is at the moment, on this resistance trend line that I have drawn here. So I will expect this pair to continue to respect that trend line. Now moving forward, it's going to respect that trend line, and hopefully that is what we are going to see. So this is the 4-hour time frame, but let me also go to the higher time frame and look at what is happening there for the moment. Okay, this is the weekly time frame. From the weekly time frame, you discover that we are already at they're already there at the resistance base. This is resistance, this is another resistance, this is resistance. So for what we can infer from this is that this pair is at a major resistance right now. If it's at a major resistance, what do you think will naturally occur? The pair is gonna go down. There's no doubt about that, because it is right now on a major resistance arena. So make no mistake about that. Expect it to go down for the coming week. Even if you see it moving up temporarily, it is only a temporal measure to recover the strength that it will use to push back. So what are we likely to do? What are we expected to do? We are expected to sell actually for the coming week, but we are still going to look at the lower time frame to see whether it is a good decision to go by that. Okay, let's look at the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame, and you can see we have here a triangle already. This is a triangle. So what we'll be expecting is the pair to keep revolving around the triangle. Any breakdown out of this triangle will make for a very good sell, as the pair is going to push down. Upon breaking this triangle, is going to push down heavily, and you see it going all the way down. So what if it moves up? And that will be a preferable trade when you see it move up from this trend line and gets near the top of this triangle. That will be a very great opportunity to sell and make quick cash. So what are we expecting for the coming week? A situation whereby this pair will move up at least to the half of this triangle or to the top of this triangle. Then from there it begins to go down on its one again. So that we are expecting. So if we are making any trade this week, I can say that GBPUSD is gonna make for a very good buy. So sorry, it's gonna make for a very good sell. That's what I mean to say. So looking at it, once it breaks out of this trend line, this trend line, this triangle, is going to be a massive sell. And if it attempts to move up to this point here, then that will be a better opportunity, as we are still going to sell it and expect it to push the way down, and that means we'll be in a profit sooner. So let's be looking for a sell. Yeah, now this time if you notice a sluggish movement here followed by a bearish candle, it is time for you to pounce in it with the aggressiveness in a of a shot. All right, so that is the daily time frame, and this is the time frame, the 4-hourly time frame, which confirms that this pair is on a bearish momentum downwards. So we expect a bearish candle to form around here that will usher this pair into a downward movement. All right, so for the coming week we are going to make up our mind to begin to search for a sell in this pair. So if we can find a sell, that would be a very fantastic opportunity for us, because we are going to make a good deal of money. So let's assume we sold around here. What happens? What are we expected to do? I'm expecting the pair to move down until it reaches this horizontal line, and that corresponds to the nearest key support area. So this zone is a supported zone, and it was a resistance in the past. It was also a resistance in the past. It was a resistance. So this pair has continued to react at that region. At various parts, it cannot pass this region without reacting either positively or negatively. So if we make any sell along this region, if we make any sell around here, then we expect to take a profit on the nearest key support area. The reason why we need to take a profit there is that there's a tendency that on reaching this support, there will be an attempt for it to move up. And as someone who is on a live trade, you will begin to panic and feel that the trade itself has failed, without knowing that it's just an up and down movement of the candles. All right. Moving on, that is USDCHF, and we are right here on the daily time frame. So from the daily time frame already, the trade can easily be decided already. So what I'm saying here is that where the pair has already broken out of a major support area. So let me show to you clearly. You can see this region. It was a support before in the past. It was a support in the past, and then a support here. So this has been support at a very long time. There's been a supported area. This pair has moved down, recover, and then move down again, and then recover. So it has recovered at the same time, breaking out of this major support area, support and resistance area. For the fact that it broke out with this bullish, bullish Marubuza, very strong bullish candle. So that's broken out and then to the upside. So what I'm going to be expecting is a pullback, then continuation of that movement to the upside. So what does that connote? What that means is that we shall be looking for a buy for the coming week. So let us be looking for a buy for USDCHF. So let me attempt to see what the other time frame is actually doing. So this is the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, anytime you see this candle, this is what we call the bullish pin bar. Whenever you see this candle, it's an attempt to show that the bulls have regained ground and they are ready to take the commodity or the stock upwards. So from this candle I can easily see that there is the pair is setting itself off for a buy. So it's going to go up. We're looking at this bullish candle, very bullish momentum candle. It moves with a high speed whenever this candle, this pin bar of this nature is formed. You can see a better pin bar than this. So we are actually looking for how to go long on this pair. So that means if we get a bear candle, we are not going to trust that bear candle. Only a buy that we should be going for at this point in time. So let me go back to the daily time frame. So from the daily time frame, what I'm expecting to see is simply a pullback onto this region, then a takeoff. If we are to go long on this pair, where should we be likely looking at for a take profit? To me, the first take profit zone or arena should be the nearest key resistance area, and that is this region here. This is going to be our nearest key resistance area. So I will expect a pullback onto this region, then a move, aggressive move to this resistance area. And to be frank, it is likely that it's going to break that resistance and continue its movement upwards. But we don't want to take chances. We always want to play the winning game. So that is where we belong. So we'll be looking for a pullback, then continuation of our trade to the upside. All right. Moving on, we are on GBPJPY, and this is the weekly chart. As you can see, for a long time now, the GBPJPY has been on a very progressive bull run. So check all the way from here. The pair has been rising without stopping. So it has continued to rise for a very good number of time, and there is no end in sight. So it continued to rise even to the uncharted territories. So that means bullishness is actually what the pair commands for now. It is very, very aggressively bullish. So and as such, we have to be thinking towards that direction. So we are going to be looking for a buy for GBPJPY. So without any much ado, we will simply be looking for. Now let us look at the time frames, especially the lower time frame. Oh, this is the daily chart of the same GBPJPY. So the pair has moved progressively upwards. So the bulls are up for grabs. The books are on the run. So what are we expecting? It's definitely we are going for a buy, but we do not just want to buy anyhow. We are going to buy at least at the best possible, session or period in time. So I'm going to expect the pair to sort of move up and then move down. So I'm expecting a retracement backwards to this region, and then it will take off again. So that is what I'm expecting. Let us now look at let's look at the other time frames. Let's look at the 4-hourly time frame. So from the 4-hourly time frame, you can see it very clearly. So and the pair has begun to reverse already. So there's one bearish candle already there. So what I'm expecting is that the pair is going to make its move to the downside. From this region, that is when the buy is going to be definitely worth it. So what I'm expecting is a situation where the pair is going to take off again and move to the upside. By then, if any trader who is training on a good enough account is going to see himself already in millions of billions, in millions of profit if possible, depending on your account size. So we are expecting this pair to pull back now. Then after the pullback, it will take off to the upside again. So that is GBPJPY. So that means pound is really, belittling the JPY for the moment. So pound is on top. So let us begin to look at it in that direction. A situation whereby there will be a little pause whereby a form of retracement. Then thereafter, the pair is building up momentum to take off to the upside. All right. Moving on. This is gold. And we are going to be looking at gold. Gold has been a very interesting pair that you can buy or sell anytime, any day, and make your profit. Some people have resorted to using gold as their main scalping instrument. Therefore, gold is a very interesting pair. At this point in time, gold is looking quite bearish. So gold is showing us a form of bearish momentum. So this is the 4-hourly time frame that we are already at, and the time frame, the 4-hour time frame is showing that gold is very bearish at the moment. But we are not going to analyze it with only one time frame. So we will be looking at other time frame to see exactly what is transpiring. So let's look at the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, we discover that gold has escaped to the upside, and now it is showing a bearish momentum. So it's already getting ready to fall massively. So when a pair is, has moved tremendously up and is beginning to reverse, we'll be looking at it reversing to the nearest key support or key resistance area. So that is what we are expecting at this point in time. I'm expecting that gold is going to fall considerably well. Gold might fall for up to 500 bits of profit. All right. Now let's look at the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, you can see that the story is still the same. It is quite bearish. Check out this one candle. This one bearish candle is very, very bearish. And what it does is to take out this resistance trend line. This trend line that is here. The bearish candle has broken down from it. So what are we looking at the moment? We are expecting a more breakdown of this pair. That's what we are expecting. We are expecting to still go down again, but now it's not going to do that with some form of retracement. So the Forex chart does not just move in a straight line. It moves in a haphazard way. It moves up and down, moves ups and down. Sometimes it begins to range a little, but the major movement is still going to be up and down. So what are we expecting from gold for the coming week? You see this trend line, the pair has taken it out with two convincing, bearish candle. So what I'm expecting is that the pair is going to move up. It's going to move up into this trend line. Then from there, gold will start to fall again. So we are bearish on gold for this coming week, and hopefully our bias is going to work out for us. So let us be vigilant for this week until we find out where the trade is actually heading to. So I'm expecting that this pair is going to sell massively, and let's assuming we sell, where are we likely to take our profit? So we are expecting to take our profit at the nearest key resistance area. So that is where we are going to take our profit. So if it moves up to this bearish candle, you discover it will correspond to half of this movement from here down here. So it will correspond to that movement, and then the rest is history. So let's see a situation whereby it moves into this trend line, then before moving down. So where is likely to be our take profit level? To be on the safe side, where we take our profit level at the nearest key support or key resistance area. Alright, so let's be patient and allow it to move up a bit. Then once it has moved up a bit, we will now take our trade down to the downside. And remember, the hedge funds and money managers have begun to offload their portfolios in gold. They have begun to take some profit or convert their profit in order to solidify their income. So with that, we are expecting gold to continue to drop bit by bit until there has been a massive discounting. So we are bearish on gold. We're looking for such candles as very elephant bear candle. We are going to look at a very sizable movement to the downside. Look at this candle, these two candles. It's a convincing form of time. These two candles is actually bigger than about 10 of bullish candles. 10 pieces of bullish candle. This two pair is bigger than that. So that shows that at the moment the bearish direction is where gold is actually keen on. So it's a form of sentiment. So sentimentally speaking, our bias is bearish at the moment. Nonetheless, we will still continue to exercise our patience and allow it to move up. Then before we making our trades eventually trading to the downside. All right.